What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream over on Twitch daily at This Is Aftersound. So come by, say hello. We do giveaways every stream, and we do giveaways here on the channel every week. All you have to do to enter is leave your in-game username in the comments, and I'll go ahead and pick out my favorite ones during the weekly Q&A videos and send you something in the game. Okay, what are we talking about today? We are talking about Chaos Legion packs as an investment, right? So a lot of people here are buying packs to get cards, and especially new players want to, and I understand that, and I don't necessarily agree that that's the best strategy to build a deck, but, you know, to each their own. We're not going to get into that. That's outside the scope of this video. What's also outside of the scope of this video is the potential airdrop points that you will get from holding Chaos Legion packs until the end of the airdrop period, right? And for reference, and one of the inspirations for this video was actually a video that Dwayne Cunningham posted, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago. Fantastic YouTuber. Make sure you guys check out his channel and support. I've learned so much from Dwayne. And so he went into the math behind what we can potentially expect in terms of how much SPS we would get if we were to buy and hold a Chaos Legion pack, you know, per pack from the airdrop. And I believe the number that he got to was about 7 SPS. And there's so many factors, and I don't want to get into it because I want you guys to go and check out his video. But the spoiler, I guess, the spoiler is that he came to the conclusion about 7 SPS, and with SPS currently being about 50 cents, maybe we can value SPS at like $1, just because that was the recent all-time high, and I would expect it to eventually make its way back up to $1 in the short to medium term. So you can expect like $7 just from holding it, right? And if you held it longer and waited for SPS to really appreciate in price, and not even counting the compounding nature of the, you know, like 50+% APR you're getting on staking SPS, it's a lot more. But that, like I said, is all outside the scope of this video. I really just want to look at how some of the other packs have appreciated in value over time, and kind of where the market is pricing things at right now. Okay, so this is all pure speculation. Obviously, I don't have any inside information, and nobody knows what's going to happen. So this is not financial advice. This is just for fun, and this is just something that I'm considering as I am planning to buy packs to hold for the long term. So let's go ahead and create a frame of reference here first. I am on the Hive Engine marketplace here. And if you haven't been here before, then you can see a lot of the different Splinterlands assets that are available, right? Like you can trade DEC, SPS, the vouchers are tradable here, land plots. Here we have the newly added Chaos Legion packs, right? So if you want to buy them secondhand on the market. But if you scroll down further, you can see things like Untamed. So this is for a single Untamed pack. A single dice pack is $86. Alpha is $464 and beta is $132, right? And I'm sure there might be some other things. Yeah, there's like Orb, Totem. So there's a lot. It's not all Splinterlands, but there's a lot of Splinterlands assets that are listed here that are tradable on the third-party market, right? So I think the focus for me is Untamed as the best frame of reference, right? So Untamed is the most recent major expansion, right? We did have Dice in between, but Dice is a smaller kind of, or like mini expansion that they had. And we can see here, I mean, Dice is actually priced higher if you look at it, $86 versus the $75 for Untamed. But let's just go ahead and look at Untamed. Now, I believe these packs, when they came out, were $2. So we are sitting at a point right now where they have done more than a 35x. In fact, this is what, 36, 37x to be exact, if you were to buy the pack for $75, right? And if you had bought the pack for $2 and sold it here for $75, you would have made a 37x, right? 37.5x if we're going to get very, very specific, which is a pretty good turn, I got to say. So using that as a frame of reference, I think 37x is a little outside the scope of where we can expect to go. Granted, it really just depends on the exponential nature of the adoption that happens with this game. And we've seen a lot of that happen in just the last couple of months. So I'm going to apply just some, basic, again, these are just arbitrary numbers that I'm putting out there, but just to be very conservative on my end, if I were to buy, what types of returns could I expect? Okay, well, let's start with the concrete first before we start getting all the way out into the kind of hypothetical. Right now, there is not equal access to Chaos Legion, right? If you want to buy a pack today, you do not have access unless you are staking SPS. So for people who are not staking SPS, what is the going market price to buy a Chaos Legion pack? It's over $8.62 on a retail price of $4, right? So the price of the pack has gone up from $2 with Untamed and Dice to $4 for Chaos Legion. So immediately, if you are buying a pack for $4, you can flip it right now for double that. And I'm sure there are many, many people doing that. Although if you are buying packs right now with vouchers, why not just sell the vouchers for absolutely nothing? Because you don't have to put any money in, and you're walking away with a $14.92 clearly on that, right? So, but again, this isn't a trading strategy video. This is just like the market sentiment is currently pricing Chaos Legion packs at 2x the current value. Now, I do believe that this is going to dip for a period of time when the general sale starts, right? Because if you can buy a pack from the game for $4, who in their right mind would buy one here for $8.62? So this is probably going to dip for a while, or at least come very, very close to the main what's that called? Or retail price that you can get from the site. Now, we're taking a lot of assumptions here, right? There has been a lot of talk about how quickly Chaos Legion packs will sell out. We know that there is only 1 month of general sale that will require vouchers, and in that time, the voucher distribution will be doubled, meaning that there will be 2 million vouchers distributed, meaning that 2 million packs can be bought during the quote-unquote general sale, right? So the Chaos Legion will already be launched, but people can buy packs at that time if they have a voucher, and double the rate of vouchers will be issued. So it'll be interesting to see how the market kind of reprices then. If you have been staking SPS and are, whatever you're getting in terms of vouchers now, that's going to double for 1 month. But let's look beyond that. There's going to be a 12 million pack, roughly 12 million. It's going to be less than 12 million, 11.5 million, we'll call it, right? Because a lot of the bonuses will be paid out in those packs, or taken from the remaining packs, right? So if the remaining packs are supposed to be 12 million, we're going to be pulling some of those bonus packs out, and people who are getting, buying 2,000 packs or more at a time, they are going to be getting like a 20% bonus. So we're going to see a lot pulled away from that. But just for simplicity's sake, we're going to say, between 11.5 to 12 million packs will be available and dropped somewhere in January, I would say early January. If Chaos Legion does launch in early December, we're going to have that 30-day period. And then someday it's going to be a light switch moment that the rest of the packs become available. And the talk right now, the chatter right now, is on how quickly these will sell out. Again, I don't know how to subscribe to that, or I don't know what kind of thing that I subscribe to in terms of, or time frame that I subscribe to. I know for myself that if I'm planning to buy, I'm going to buy as soon as possible. I'm going to be waiting here at the moment that it happens, just in case the people who are saying minutes for it to sell out are right. Is that possible? I don't know. And I'm not trying to cause unnecessary hype here. I'm just saying that I'm going to be ready just in case those people are right. This could take hours. It could take, in my opinion, maybe days. If I had to pick something, because 11 million is not a little amount, right? You have to understand that that's going to be roughly $45 to $50 million that is going to be pouring in to buy these assets. And, with how big the player base is, but also the demographics of the player base, right? There are a lot of folks who aren't planning to buy any versus whales that are planning to buy in the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even a million or millions with these kind of whale pools that have been discussed. So the time frame actually doesn't really matter to me. What matters is how long, if you can hold beyond that, what can we expect? Well, I would say that $8, kind of like the roughly 2x that we're seeing right now, that's going to be the floor. because right now we are already seeing market sentiment price these assets at $8. Granted, we don't know what kind of value the assets are going to have. Chaos Legion could come out and it could absolutely suck, right? Like, so that could change things. But with everything that the team is putting in, with kind of the fervor and like the nature and excitement that people have for this, and you know, there hasn't been a huge like letdown yet when it comes to looking at previous sets, right? There are going to be things that change the dynamics of the game overall and probably reprice cards, either nerfing or rebalancing cards that previously came out. But on the whole, I would say, and again, not financial advice, but I would say that if market sentiment is currently at 2x, I think that's the floor, right? So if you were to buy a pack for $4 during the general sale with vouchers, or even the general sale after vouchers, I think you could easily flip that for a 2x after, again, this has to be after all of the packs have sold out, right? Because otherwise anybody can just go in and grab a pack from the store itself rather than buying on the Hive blockchain or on a third-party market. Now, where we get into the more speculative side, right? Because to me, the concrete is at least a 2x. So if you're going to put, if you're going to buy 100 packs for, what's the math here? Let's say you're going to put $1,000 worth onto packs. I think you can easily flip those for $2,000. And that doesn't account for the SPS airdrops that you will be receiving during that time of holding them, because each pack is going to be 300 points per day. Granted, well, I'm not going to get into that, but I keep wanting to talk about the airdrop and how the airdrop points keep going up and up and up. So therefore your denominator is increasing. And if your numerator is not increasing, but that's, again, not outside the scope of the video. I just get excited about these things, guys, and thinking about the numbers. So let's go ahead and start looking at where Untamed landed. Now, Untamed, from a DEC perspective, the cards are valued more from a DEC burn perspective and a collection power perspective. I believe by about 2x, right? So like an Untamed legendary card, regular foil, is 1,000 collection power versus 500 for the Chaos Legion rewards cards, and which will be the same for the Chaos Legion cards when they come out. So part of me looks at this and says, okay, if we can use that as an assumption, and that's all it is, it's just an assumption. If we can use that as an assumption, then maybe the appreciation in value for Chaos Legion would be less, or would be at about half of what Untamed is, right? Because the value per pack, right, the value of the cards that you would get, and this is not counting the fact that there might be a Jotun or a Llama or something that comes in with these packs, right? Or comes in with, I'm just talking about the packs in general. Unopened, I should say. So from a DEC burn perspective, we are looking at it in that way. And so, 37x is what I said. Let's round down. Let's round down significantly and just say a 15x, right? So 15x would put a $4 Chaos Legion pack at $60. Is that possible? Absolutely. Is it probable? I think so. I think it's just really a matter of time, because we're seeing that appreciation in price all across the board. And if the player base continues to grow, if the people who are exploring all different types of play to earn games find their way to Splinterlands, with all of the press that's been happening, with the boom again in Axie and the boom in crypto and NFT gaming overall, there are a lot of people who are coming into this game and probably expecting too much, right? And we see that in a lot of the very negative posts that are on Reddit and Discord and things like that. But to me, respectfully speaking, I don't think these people were ever here for the game. I think these people were here to make money. And if you're expecting to make money without putting anything in, that's the wrong mentality to have, right? If you're not buying the assets, then how can you be complaining about not getting anything from the appreciation in value from the game entirely, right? So that again is separate from this, but we are getting a lot of people who come in and find the game to be very sticky. And when I say sticky, it's in the context of someone like myself who was just looking for games to invest in, right? I came in as an investor, not a player, but found myself really, really enjoying the game. And now I am creating content around it because I love it that much. So I do believe that we will continue to build a very organic player base. This might go in waves where we get a bunch of people at a time and then a bunch of negative sentiment talking about vouchers or talking about all these other different things. And so I just feel like in the long run, if you are willing to wait, I'm talking 3, 6, 9, maybe even 9 months, maybe even a year, I do believe we can get to at least that 15x, right? And here's the thing. When you are looking, right, let's say you're a newer player and you are looking at the value of, when you're looking at the value of packs, right? Right now, DICE and Untamed kind of offer that same collection power per pack versus the older ones such as Orb, Alpha. Alpha obviously is the oldest, and Beta, right? So all these are priced higher. But I do believe that as we go further and further, some of these prices will start to normalize. I mean, Alpha and Beta are always going to be premiums, right? The collection power difference, I do believe, will become less and less of an issue because if there are really, really great cards available in Chaos Legion, and then especially once Rebellion comes out, Rebellion being the next major expansion, I believe that not necessarily Untamed won't be as valuable, but because Chaos Legion will still be part of the newer modern format, there might be an appreciation in the price for those packs as people want to get access to those cards and not necessarily buy them single-handedly off the market. So where can this land? I don't know. I think I gave you two price points that I feel somewhat comfortable saying out loud, right? Floor price being what it is right now, $8. And, a conservative half X estimate of where Untamed did, essentially, right? So $60, doing a 15X from the retail price. So I do believe that it'll be somewhere in between there. Either way, to me, it's one of the easiest investments I think I would ever make, right? Because at the end of the day, let's say the price crashes to zero and nobody wants these Chaos Legion packs anymore. I can open them and I can play with the cards and max out whatever I have based on how many that I've bought, right? But I don't see that happening. I don't believe that would happen. Again, there would have to be something massive would have to go wrong. And I think at that point, we would probably be worried about a lot more than just the price of packs. There would have to be a critical failure in the game, which, I'm not saying is going to happen, but you can't rule out anything. But again, that's, I'm not trying to spread FUD here. It's just anything can happen, right? Like Bitcoin is awesome until it breaks, but it hasn't broken yet. And every attempt to break it only makes people realize how strong it actually is and therefore increases the value, right? So that's just the concept that I'm trying to say here. Everything is as strong as it is until it breaks. And if it doesn't break, then it's only viewed as stronger. Now, the game is a little bit different, but the fact that we have a very open dev team that's sharing a lot of these things with us, that is consistently innovating and adding features, and therefore, in my opinion, making the game as a whole much more valuable, and by extension, the assets within the game more valuable. I'm fairly confident in being able to invest in something like this and know that I can at least get a 2x to potential 15x, right? So I think that'll be a really fun thing to watch next year. And if you aren't planning on buying packs, maybe something to consider. And if you are planning on buying packs, I will be racing to beat you as soon as that clock or that timer hits 0. So, all right, guys, that's all I have. Lots of speculation, just something that was running through my mind today. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're finding this valuable, please consider liking and subscribing. And I will, it's a free and easy way to support the channel. And I will thank you and be forever in your debt. I will catch you guys in the next video, and I will see you around the game.